Let me finish by asking about you
Sure.
personally as a leader yourself. I've always been intrigued by the fact you have 9 kids, which I know we always
Thank you.
ask. We always ask women about, like, how do you
Yes.
do it?
Sure.
I'm going to how you do it, but what motivates you right now in terms of the challenges that you're dealing with as a leader and the opportunities as to where you grow from here?
Personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, at my firm at ghSMART, we do a pretty good job of practicing what we preach around hiring well. And as a founder, I think I'm weird in that I'm very comfortable delegating to people who are smarter than I am or better than I am at different things. So so we have 7 blended kids. So then my wife Lauren and I have 2 twin baby girls who are 2.5, are like amazing. And I've just made a conscious choice. I'd like to allocate real time to family. That means putting it on your calendar, family commitments, and treating them with
Really? Scheduling time with dad?
It's not scheduling time with dad as much as just like creating boundaries that aren't flexible. I think everyone knows, oh yeah, of course you should put boundaries, in concept, but I think then it takes an extra level of discipline to put them on your calendar. And then it takes an even higher level of discipline to not mess with them. A fabulous business news organization even was giving me an invitation to keynote an important conference, but I had 2 high school
Rhymes with Morbs, yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yes. But I have 2 high school graduations.
Thanks for
that
considering
day, so,
it. We can tell you.
Thanks. But having, honestly, just saying no. And here's the fun thing that the men and women in our firm, I don't know if we train people to do this, but I think it's a very healthy habit I'll share with you, which is I'm not available for that. And you know what? You don't owe anybody an answer why.
That's true.
You want to go to your daughter's piano recital? Great. Your kid's having some learning issue. You want to go see a specialist on a Thursday at 2:00. It's your damn business if you're available or not available. And it takes people who come to my firm a second to get that. They figure, oh, it's a client, I need to provide a reason, or it's an internal colleague, I need to sort of explain why, oh, this thing is an important family thing. No. You don't have to do that. You're either available or you're not. Give me your avails. We'll pick a time. We'll find a time. And that's a
great tactic. Do you have any other tactics you want to end with? I mean, obviously, it's like, eat less, exercise more. Some of these are basics, just execute on them. But any other tactics that you think many of us don't deploy often enough that might make our work lives better in the immediate term and get us in the direction toward, I think, nirvana?
Sure, nirvana. Okay.
Aspirationally.
Selecting the right organization to join, I think, is a big one. So I think all too often I've, getting their first job age kids who are talking about the content and the pay and all this. And I'm kind of going like, well, sure. But like, what's the work culture really like? And how much freedom will you have or not? And that kind of thing. So I think number one, selecting the organization that fits your values, it's easier said than done, but it takes real work, and it takes saying no to an otherwise very profitable, lucrative, interesting career choice to instead pick another place that might also have impactful work, but give you more freedom and flexibility. So I'd say that's one. Within that, now, sure, calendaring time and not letting work push in on personal commitments is just a discipline. I have colleagues who really do track their time, not because the firm requires them to, but because they want to see how am I spending my time. And so that's the kind of David Allen, time management, Franklin Covey stuff. Like, how do you really spend your time? Set goals around it, measure it. It doesn't take that long to figure out.
And you let people do that. You let people say, you know what, I'm going to work 50%. So they will set the compensation that as to what they want based on what they're willing to put in, which
Correct.
I think is
That's
good.
a design we created years ago, mostly to have people who wanted to have work-life balance not feel guilted constantly. Oh, work more. There's this flat salary. You need to work more. Or what's it called? Utilization rates.
Right.
We don't even track that. What we've done is essentially, if you're at a stage of career in life where you're, empty nested or something, you just want to work more because you like it, you want to earn more. Okay, work more, earn more. Great. Or one of my colleagues, Louis, a man, said, hey, at my first kid, I came off, parental leave. I don't want to run and gun for, the next, year or two. I want to prioritize family. So this guy produces super high quality work. He's literally a Rhodes Scholar. He's ex-McKinsey. He's a fabulous human being. Had on the side founded not-for-profits around climate change and all this kind of stuff. Great human being. And he's he is very highly regarded at our firm. And, he's gone through periods where, he wasn't the highest biller by any means. But if you, as an organization, value quality and collegiality and all this kind of stuff, then you'll attract people who, at different stages of life, want to put different hours in.
So you're not onboarding, offboarding. You're basically just being fungible in the middle as to what people want.
It seems weirdly simple, right? But there's a 4-to-1 difference in income by level at our firm, where whether it's entry level consultants or partners, a 4-to-1 difference, and that's just by aligning the results and kind of revenue and that kind of thing with people's compensation in a non-black box, non-mystery way. It's basically like, hey, look, yes, you get some bonus dollars on some of the squishy stuff, like are you showing generosity and gratitude and all that good culture stuff, but a lot of folks' compensation is driven by revenue production. So if you are in a stage of life where you want to produce more revenue, you're going to make more money. Or if you want to produce less, you'll make less money, but in a way that, kind of feels fair to people and makes them want to stay a long time.
Great. And it's true. So culture does eat strategy for lunch.
Hear, hear.
Thanks for joining us, Geoff.
Pleasure. Thanks, Diane.